Today it's Tuesday, October 15, 2024. It makes sense to make one status update because there are so many cases. Never mind, to the point, direct. This discovery here. The customer, he brought it here because he went to a different garage. They changed for him the timing belt and then has a fault with the timing. The crankshaft related to the camshafts. We ran the adaptation and it's still coming the fault. My advice is to go back again to the same garage, because if you go back again to the same garage to fix it properly, it doesn't have to pay. Here, if we do the job, let us say, we have to charge again. From this point of view, there is no problem. I'm not saying that, you know what, no, we're not dealing with these cars or whatever. I'm just saying that for the customer, for his pocket, it makes sense to go back again to the same place where they fix the timing to do it right. That's like I said, my opinion about this. Let's move on to the next. By the way, I'm not covering all the cars because there are cars that I have no clue. I have a clue, but I'm not the one who's touching them, who's fixing them. All right. We have this C63 204, one of the cleanest that I have seen. No need anything. The only thing what had this car, it was a minor leak from the crankshaft rear seal. Okay, it was a minor, and it's over there actually. I can see the guys that have removed it. All right, and I installed a new one yesterday. So, like I said, one of the cleanest C63 204. No need anything. That's why I didn't make also video, because the customer, he asked, you know what, why you didn't upload a video for the car? I said, because no need anything. It was a minor leak on the belt housing, and you can even keep it as it is. It was not like that it was pouring oil. It was just wet. All right, but finish with this one. It's done. The customer, he approved, and we continue, we did the job. Then, the 53 here. 53, why the intake manifolds out? Because one plastic fitting for the heater core pipe that goes there, it's burned. Let me find it to show you what I mean. It was leaking coolant under the intake manifold, and we had to remove the intake manifold to fix that stupid thing. We fixed also the methylene line. It's been dressed with a heat shield, with a protection, and it's being routed from the driver's side, not from the passenger, where is the downpipe, where is the exhaust. It's much more safe. And guess what? Even with the extra methanol, it still have a fuel starvation. It's not cutting, it's not dropping. I have it actually on the laptop because I record it. It's not dropping down, it's not cutting the car, but you see the fuel pressure, it goes to 150, 160 bar. Yes, the lambda is gonna be okay. You're gonna be happy. Okay, depends who you're asking, but it's not on the set point of the high pressure. That's the thing. Let me try to find the plastic pipe to show you what it failed. This is the plastic pipe that I'm talking about, and that's what it failed. All right, and you see the rest. It's there inside. All right, it goes like that. This pipe. At this point, we order a new one. We're expecting to receive it, and to put the pipe, to change the stupid pipe, you have to remove the intake manifold. Okay, lovely, lovely. New cars, yay. Let's jump to the next car. SL65 here. Actually, I'm making the transmission for this car. We just covered it. Why? Because we are installing air conditioning in the garage. Okay. All right. We cover only this one because I don't know what I was doing near to this car. Okay, so it's the same car what you saw before. The engine, it's over here. We have received a couple of parts, but not all the parts. We have received the engine mounts, couple of seals, gaskets. It's supposed to be these are the engine mounts here. All right, both of those. Here, and here in this bag there are some other stuff here inside. We're gonna see that later on when it comes to time. No, it's not the time. It's like I said, update. For this one, I'm waiting the exhaust manifold. The turbocharger, we have it. We need the exhaust manifold. Doesn't have exhaust manifold. All right. The dual mass flywheel and the clutches. because it had the burnt clutches. Alright, that's what's remaining. Still waiting on that. We haven't received it yet. This one, which one is that? This is the one with the condenser that was F up. I don't remember how many things need this car. The guys are dealing with that. When it comes to time, I see new belt over there. Yeah. I'm not following up. I'm gonna follow up with the car only when the guys they ask me. What else? I don't know where they have. I have no clue where they have the old condenser. Where they put it? It was here. It was here once upon a time. Let me have a look on it. Maybe I'm gonna find it. Did they strip off the wiring? Yes, they removed the wiring. Why they remove the wiring? I have no clue. No need to ask. Alright. There is a reason probably. Okay. Next car. Then we have this. This is, we converted from LS1 to LS2. But when I'm saying we converted, exhaust manifold, intake manifold, intercoolers front, from LS2 to LS1, because you can put the twin scroll turbochargers. It's a headache. It's a headache, and then also with the wiring it's a headache. Finish with that. Finish with this. This is the CLS, one second, because we have the wiring. This is the CLS 63 that I have the engine stud of the engine room. We're gonna see that later. I'm still waiting the studs. Alright, let's move to the next one. This one I have no clue why it's here. It's a 204 C63 and I don't remember why it's here, what they're doing the guys. The axles are out. Axle boot, probably. Yeah, did I put a number plate? I hope not. I don't want to start trimming videos. Let me have a look, because if I put a number plate, I'm gonna trim it now. It's much easier. Alright, all good. I didn't put the number plate. Then we have the E63 from Tennessee. It doesn't have any problem. It's done. It's fine. We just have to ship it back to USA. You know, we just have to ship it back to USA. Now, we are struggling to find a company, shipping company, to arrange to ship it back. That's a different story. Then we have this G63 that it has some small things. Has a little bit cracked manifold, a little bit cracked turbos, not something crazy. It has some sophisticated downpipes. All right. Okay, but one person, he said that, you know what, yeah, you need to have a back pressure. I said, okay, no comment. There's no problem at all. You need more back pressure. No worries at all. Let's block the exhaust completely. Why not? Right? This I don't know why it's here. 1 second. All right. This one, this BMW has a wiring issue. He had some problems with the heat exchangers. We fixed the heat exchangers. Then the transmission will start leaking. We get one kit that changed all the seals. Now it's not leaking anymore and shifting much better than before. It was shifting much better than before because now it has electrical problem. Go figure out. Then let's go inside of the engine room, right? There are more cars. There's also outside cars. You remember the 113K for the E55? I have it here outside. I took it out. It's over here. Alright. It's just standing on the engine stand next to the V12. Alright. Waiting, we have to bring the car inside, remove the cross member, start preparing things, cleaning, washing parts, radiators, all these things, the cross member, the steering rack, then putting the engine on the cross member, put the transmission, but the transmission I have to open it, then I have the transmission somewhere here, and we remove, the guys, not me, the guys there remove the transmission oil pan from his other transmission, and we put it here because it's a bigger one, this upgrade transmission pan. Yeah. This belongs to the CLS. All right, the old parts for the E63, the one from USA, it's all are here. All right, still here. I want to disappear these things from here to give it back to the owner. And let's go back inside the engine room. Now, if I make one video, per car or per engine, it's gonna take forever. Now it's gonna be a status update, and I'll be much more happy. From where to start? These are not all the parts. There are some of the parts that I haven't prepared them. All right, you see the cylinder heads. I haven't touched it. I just placed it there. The crankshaft. I don't even remember if we polish it. This is M157. This is another M157 down there. But I haven't touched the cylinder heads, so we have 4 cylinder heads till now. Oh boy. This one, M157, this is another M157. Forget these parts down there. Never mind. Then, these are the remaining parts for the CLS outside that I show you, and that's the engine. That I'm waiting for the studs, the RP studs. I haven't received it yet. I'm standing by. All right. Then, next one. This is from the CDL. No, let's go to the CDL at the end because I have to mention something. This is from the Daza. This is the new Daza block that we don't have the freeze plugs. They didn't send me, they didn't found the freeze plug, something like that. All right. And I need a reamer to continue with the cylinder head because I have to fix the valve guides. One small adjustment is not something critical, and after that, after I fix the guides and I lap the valves and I see that everything is fine, then I'm gonna send for one light resurface because there is some small problems. This is from the exploded RS3. All right. M157 as I said, okay, this is LS2, M177 LS2. It's total fine, I'm waiting for parts. This is the BWA. This is the BWA that will gonna replace the CDL, that block over there, that I don't have a clue why I'm keeping inside the engine room, because this block and the crankshaft, it has to go out later on. And these are the 2 cylinder heads, 1 cylinder head there and 1 cylinder head there. This is for this block. That's why I have it near. This is the Jaguar block that I'm waiting the studs. We have ordered the studs and we are waiting to come the studs. All right, okay, yeah. Then this is the M177 LS2, like I said, that belongs, these 2 cylinder heads belong to this M177. And then we have the other M177 here. Yay! M177 LS2, once again here. And the parts for this LS2, that they're not, you see this from the Formatic, from the M157, from the one that I showed you earlier. I have it there. I have a reason why I have it there, because I have to work on that. M177 LS2. These are the 2 cylinder heads for this LS2. All right. Camshafts, cam adjusters, crank main bearings, on the lower bearings on the caps, the crankshafts here, and so on. The lifters there, a couple of other stuff. Keep this there. And some other parts here. I don't have all the parts. That's why I'm not continuing with this. I have to take care of the connectors and the pistons. I haven't even washed, to be honest. I just removed from the nylon and placed it there. So I have to wash it and then inspect it, measure it, balancing all this stuff. Let's go to finish the BWA CDL, because I'm going to continue with the transmission after that from the SL65. Now, regarding the BWA/CDL, all right. I haven't touched at all, as you can see, the cylinder head. Like I mentioned earlier, this engine block and this crankshaft needs to go out, fine, and do a couple of things, check some of things. But it's not now the time to do that. Why it's not now the time? Because till now, they didn't say to me what to do with the block. So we keep it 82.5 or 83. They told me that somebody wants to keep it 82.5 because they're gonna make more power out of this engine. There is no problem. Like I've said before, on an engine that has a blow-by, it's more difficult to break it, to explode it. because it's going to have somewhere to pass the pressure. Now, if it's filling up the oil catch can, because of the run out on the cylinders or because of the cross hatch, it's not going to seal properly the piston rings, I guess it's fine if it's not for a daily use. I mean, if you're saying that, you know what, okay, I'm going to keep it at 2.5, I'm going to keep it for 2-3 seasons, as an example, as long as it's going to last, as an example, and then after 2-3 seasons, I'm going to make it 83, I'm going to put new pistons, one set of new pistons, I'm going to make it 83, and then I'm going to keep it another 3-4 seasons, as an example. That's okay. But for daily, I don't know, and another one small thing. It depends also the setup. All right, keep in mind, depends the setup. It's too much important. The thing what they're saying, the guys, that you know what, it's a bulletproof. I make the engine bulletproof. This is not existing. I'm gonna explain what I mean. You put connecting rods to don't bend the stock connecting rods. Okay, you put coated connecting rod bearings to have a little bit more strength, to don't have so much friction when you have a pressures. You change the pistons because the stock pistons, they're going to come in pieces and we're going to leave the connecting rod alone and we're going to destroy the block. So you put these pistons because under temperature and pressure, you're going to seal better, and because if something happens, you're going to get melted the piston and you're going to stay in place going up and down. You're not going to disintegrate it. You're not going to be in pieces to leave the connecting rod and lose completely the block. All right. You adjust the piston ring gap, the end gap, to handle the temperatures that they're coming together with the pressures. This is going together, usually. All right. Then you put the studs because you increase the pressures inside the combustion chamber and to don't be sensitive on a pre-ignition detonations. So don't lift up the cylinder head. Now, this nonsense with the double washer, that's a different story. I already mentioned that before for the double nut. That to me, it doesn't make any sense, but that's me. Some people, they say that it's better to put a double washer. All right, okay, fine. Then you put the studs on the crankshaft bearing caps. Why you put it? To have more strength, to be more steady, to don't destroy the crank main bearings or the crank itself, to don't stretch the bolts under the torque, under the pressures. That's why you did that. You change the camshafts and you put a billet camshafts. Why? Because you have different profile. All right. And you're not targeting on a smooth operation of the engine between 2,000-3,000 RPMs to cruising around. You know the point? You're going for performance. That's the reason why you cancel also the balance shafts, because you're not gonna run the engine at 2,500 RPMs and you need the balance shafts. You're gonna be at 7,000 RPMs. You upgrade the fuel injectors for this reason. So bulletproof is gonna be an engine if you make it all the engine out of diamond, for me at least. Because when I hear, you know what, they make the engine bulletproof, yeah, all right, okay. I don't know who invented that, who started saying that first, but okay, it is what it is. It's fine, total fine. Once again, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm closing the engine, and this is why I'm not giving warranty to anybody. All right, I'm trusting my hands, I'm trusting my work, what I'm doing, but there is a but. I'm gonna give an example. You start pushing the car, all right? And you're giving more and more and more. You're giving more ignition time, you give more boost, you remove some fail safes to be able to go a little bit more, all right? And you're ending up with a melt piston. I have mentioned that before. I cannot melt the piston I can melt the piston only if I tune the car and if I drive the car. So if I tune the car and I drive the car and then I melt for you a piston, then I'm going to tell you, you know what, yeah, I make mistake as an example. Or there is a component, a fuel injector or whatever. Again, if you want to destroy something, you can. That's my point. Fair enough? Or let us say if the engine consuming some oil because of the run out of the cylinders, not the LS2, this one, all right? And you don't keep an eye on the oil level, and you keep, let us say, with 1 liter of oil inside the engine, with a standalone ECU, because a specific one has a standalone ECU, it's even worse. Yeah, what you're expecting to happen? Once again, if you want to destroy something, it's easy to destroy. Now, it's not my setup. I'm going to repeat myself again. Nobody asked me what turbo should they choose, what injector should they choose, what camshaft should they choose. Or no, they bring me the parts and they said to me, Tassos, I want to put these parts. And I'm saying that, you know what, the clearance between piston to cylinder wall, they're adjusting to be that much. Do you want me to do it this way? Yes or not? Yes, do it this way, as an example. The ring gap, the end gap. Me, I'm gonna make a little bit greater here for this country. But you might want to go according to the book. That's what are we gonna do. What I'm gonna do. Regarding the crankshaft main bearings, the clearance. How much you want? You want to be more tight? You want to be more loose? You can play with the color code of the bearings. Okay, you can do that also. But once again, it's not my setup. I'm not tuning. I don't know the tuner, and it's running also on standalone ECU. Just to be clear, fine. And this is the same thing not only for the BWA or CDL. This is for any engine. Some people, they think because they put, let us say, piston ethanodes and they put the studs, that the engine can handle, let us say, 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. Nope, it will not gonna happen. Or let us say you can run, like some people that was doing lambda 1 with 20 degrees ignition timing and 3 bar of boost. It will never gonna happen. If you remove the fail-safe, you can do that, but you're not gonna have, you're gonna make one pull and you're gonna melt everything. All right. That's my point. And again, on a performance, it's difficult to give a guarantee or warranty, even in a stock application, because you see what's happening. Even from the factory, they start failing things. I'm talking about, to have problems. Let alone on a tuned application. All right? And again, even if you make, let us say, the best tune nice and safe, and you check, let us say, on the hottest day of the year and on the coldest day of the year, and you make the tune beautiful, perfect from A to Z, all right? You put, let us say, 20 tuners to work in one specific tune to make it perfect from A to Z. It depends the turbos that they have, it depends the fuel system, whatever has, let us say, to be matched the tune with the hardware, with the engine, all right? Once again, you have another one factor. You have, let us say, the owner that, you know what, he'll gonna change oil every 15,000 kilometers and he'll gonna drive pedal to the metal every day. You see what's the conflict there? Even if you get the best parts, even whoever will gonna close the engine, like I said before, you can destroy something if you want, all right? To destroy something, it's easy. To maintain, drive it smart and to enjoy the car for long years without having any problem, this is a little bit more difficult. All right, this is well known. Now, that's what I have to say. Waiting for parts, preparing parts. I have plenty of parts to prepare. I don't remember how many, I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cylinder heads. 8 cylinder heads. 8 multiply 16 plus 4 because it's a 5-cylinder. How amazing is that, right? Yay. Okay, let's do something more easy. Let's do now here the transmission. I'm gonna start making video for the transmission. This will gonna be one long status update. Take a look at the bell housing. Let me put also this one here. When you have a car and you're starting it once every month or once every 2 months or 6 months, I have seen that before, that's why I'm saying that. The oil from the transmission is draining back to the oil pan. It's not staying, it has a chance and it's draining back to the oil pan. Each time that you start it, it does have a lubrication. It has to pump again the oil. Until this happens, it has some wear. And each time that you repeat that, you increase the wear. And this is not happening only on the transmission, it's happening also on the engine. You can have, let us say, a 20 years old car, all right, with 10,000 kilometers only, 6,000 miles, all right, and you start it once every month. You're opening the engine after 20 years, and you see the camshafts up, it's gonna be on the journals, when it steps, it's gonna be disaster, all of them. You're gonna have a scoring. And you're gonna say, why? I'm changing once every year my oil, I'm starting once every month my car. Why I have so much scoring? Because you give the chance to drain all the oil down to the oil pan. Same thing also with the transmission. You give the chance to drain everything down, and that's what's happening. And it's not the first time. And if you ask the owners, even the owner from the previous one that has this, he said, I'm not driving the car so much. I'm driving once every month or every 2 months. and it's low mileage. That's what I have seen before, that's what I see again. Now this one has also burnt clutches, but again, let's make a video for the specific transmission for the owner. That was a status update. I hope that I cover the most owners with this video, for the engines, for the cars outside. Yeah, there are also more cars, but okay, it has to come Omar. Omar is coming later. Yeah, that's it for now. I had also some things, I was machining some things, that's why it's mess here. I have to clean the floor how many times. I have to clean it again. Yeah, that's it, over and out. Thank you. Wait, the video is already huge, right? So there's no problem if I put another 2-3 minutes on it. One friend of mine, he told me that there is a difference between the CDL and the BWA. Yeah, I know that there is a difference between the CDL and BWA. The thing is that, like I said, it has a billet camshafts, has aftermarket piston connecting rods, has a balance shaft cancellation. So the crankshaft, the block, the cylinder head is ported. The valves are aftermarket ones. So the CDL to BWA as a block, it's exactly the same. Now, if the CDL has worse camshafts than the Audi BWA, yes, I know that. Or the pistons are some small difference. Yes, but it doesn't matter in this case, because fuel injectors, camshafts, piston connecting rods, the cylinder head is ported. Actually, the cylinder head is a BWA. Most probably they take a BWA because of the camshafts. They were saying it was better, but in truth, the cylinder head, as far as I know, it's the same. I might be wrong on that, but in any case, now it's gonna be a BWA cylinder head on a BWA engine block. Fine. Anything? No, nothing. Smoking half cigarette and start working. Yeah.